Well, I'm out here on the McNay farm. I ran the hair over here a little bit yesterday. Haired all that over there, but this here, it could not be haired. The whole field got field cultivated, which was not the thing to do for the flat here. That over there was fairly clean, so it field cultivated good. This, it did nothing but drag up, and I got to looking at it, and I told Grandpa, I said, I don't think that field cultivator was in the ground. I think it was just floating on top. Of course, neither one of us were the ones running it. We had Chuck over here working ground, so we didn't know what happened. But he looked at it and he said, I think you're right. He said that field cultivator wasn't in the ground. But I ran the hair across this a couple times yesterday just to see what it looked like, and it was just a waste of field. And I told Grandpa we need the disc over here to fix it. Which before we field cultivated, I said a disc would do it more good than anything. But decided to field cultivate it, so ended up having to bring a disc and rework it. So that's what I'm doing right now. He ran up to my grandpa Bronstein. He's up there spreading fertilizer. It's only 32 acres, so an hour he'd be up there spreading back, or at least up there and spreading. But I'm working this right now while he does that. Then when he gets back, we're gonna get the tender out and get the planter out and plant corn there at home. That's my corn there, so that'll be back 6374 is the number I'm planting there at home. And then at the 80 I'm planting 6152 because the 6374, it's a better corn, got good test weight to it, and I figured on rougher dirt it would do better than the 6152. I'm putting the 6152 up on the 80 because that's some good dirt up there, so I think it'll yield real good. 6152 is a good number if you got it in some good dirt, and that up there's got some good black dirt on it in a few places, and right there next to an old branch that it grows some good corn right next to that branch, so I thought I'd just put it up there. But all I gotta do is disc from here over to the road. I don't have to work all that by the road, but I'm going to, just because, you know, right next to the road you gotta make it look real good. So I'm gonna get as much of this worked as I can, then we're gonna plant corn. Then this evening after I eat supper, I'm probably gonna come over here and finish working this, just that way it's done. It'll sit all day tomorrow. Then Saturday we'll pull in here and I'll hair right in front of the planter, or Chuck will hair right in front of the planter. Depends on what Grandpa wants to do. He said he's probably just gonna send me over here, show me how to run the white, because it's a vac planter. I'm used to ground driven, but I'm probably gonna end up planting corn here and just have Chuck hair in front of me. So that's what we're roughly planning on, at least. I think Friday I'm gonna plant beans there at home. So we somewhat got a plan together. Them fellers are getting some fence built. Of course you can't see it because of the shape of the field, but right over that ledge there on that end they got all their hedge posts set. Told me they were going to go ahead and do all the drilling and set all the hedge posts today, did their corners. He said they know they're going to get that done today, then tomorrow they'll put some steel posts in and get the wire strung up. They're getting her done. come home from McNay Farm. We ate about a supper. Just filled the planter back up. Grandpa got done with the back 15 acres and that 13 acres right in front of my house. He's over here across the road next to the barn working on this little 7-acre piece. Then he's got that little 3 or 4 acre piece on the other side of the barn. He's going to do those two this evening. Then tomorrow plant that 20-something acres next to Garkey. So that'll be a tomorrow issue. That field will be. What corn he's got now that we put in there off this last little bit in the tender should finish everything here. But I'm gonna go back over to the McNay farm, finish disking what I have left. Then there's a few spots where we decided to narrow up some waterways that were bigger than they needed to be, but Danny had them that big because that was what a majority of his hay crop come from, and we don't need that much hay. So we're gonna kind of narrow them up a little bit. I gotta use the disc to do that. I was gonna take that 18-foot disc over there to do it earlier on, but never did get to it. And now it means I got the 26-foot over there. I'm just gonna fold the wings up and just use the main frame part of the disc to get them worked down, because it adds a little more weight and it'll kind of chop that grass up a little better than if I had the wings down, because the wings ain't got enough pressure on them to do a good enough job on that. But I'm gonna get them kind of squared away there. Took some curve out of it because it had some sharp curves to it that are a pain to go around and with a real corn head. So kind of straighten them out a little bit. Just put a slight curve in them. But that's my plan. Then tomorrow I'm gonna go over after I get my fencing guys lined out for the day. They got all the hedge posts and corner posts set today. So they're gonna do steel posts and barbed wire tomorrow. Then we're gonna have to go get a couple gates. I'll just go up and get a couple. Employee discount comes in handy. But I'll go get a couple of them and we'll just hang them ourselves because it ain't that hard. Drill a hole. We got the bit for it. And we have a, well, I have a brand new DeWalt drill I kind of want to try out. So that works out pretty good. So that's kind of my plan for the rest of this evening, and we'll do some more planting tomorrow. So guess I'll go work a little more ground. Well, I'm getting the spots worked down. Got that over there done. Everything's been worked once. I had the wings folded up and just used the main frame. Dug a little deeper than it would have folded out, but got the grass tore up pretty good. So now I got the disc unfolded and smoothing it out. Then tomorrow I'll hood it with the hair and get a good seed bed made. But I thought I'd fold it out, just kind of level things out a little more. And it's working exactly like I thought it would. It's Friday. It's about noon now. We just ate a bite of dinner, and Grandpa, he's headed up the 80, gonna spread fertilizer. He finished planting corn here at home this morning. I was over at the McNay farm running the hair. I'm about done with that field, so once I get done with it, I'm gonna bring tractor and hair back here, put some fuel in it. That way I can move it up to 80, because he has to spread fertilizer for Rutledge's tomorrow, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the 80 haired. Means he'll have fertilizer on it, then it'll be ready to plant come Monday. Then I think Tuesday I'm going to plant some beans here at home, but tomorrow I'm herring. Sunday we're going to plant corn, or this the afternoon later on, after he gets done with fertilizer, I'm going to start planting corn here at the McNay farm. And I'm planning on either herring tomorrow or may just do some more planting. Just depends on how things work out. I may just go ahead and hare the 80, that way Sunday when we're both around we can keep planting. Just depends on how things materialize. But my fencing man didn't show up today. They got all the posts set. They just got to get the T-posts put in. I imagine they might be letting the hedge post kind of settle a little bit before they start tying wire onto it. I don't know, but we're getting closer on that deal. So guess we'll keep chugging along. Feels nice getting to run the tractor I paid half for once. Got her all my end rows started over here. Now I'm working on the long rows. I've planted beans with 16 row planter before, but that was the Kinsey. Never planted corn with 16 rows. When I planted corn, I planted with that 8 row John Deere we used to have. That and the old 4430. But this planter does work good.